Good morning. Today, I'm going to share my analysis for next week, on my 8 favorite financial exchanges, on weekly and daily charts. Trend and directionality are bullish. During the week, the price has made a neutral move, closing with a positive but small candle. Despite the little movement, the price managed to break out of the weekly upper level. Being the week of Christmas, I will avoid any operation even if I will continue to observe the market. In this case, the price is on an advanced phase, so I do not recommend entering the market for the moment, because possible short retracement could lead the price to touch the daily EMA 20. Both the trend and directionality are bullish. During the week, this exchange has moved a little better than its direct correlator, AUDJPY, although the movement has not been particularly bright. The price moved further away from the higher weekly level, confirming the strength of the bullish directionality. Like AUDJPY, the movement is in a rather advanced phase, therefore, I do not recommend entering the market for the moment. A possible retracement could lead the price to rebound on the daily level, which corresponds to the higher weekly level. Trend and directionality are bullish. Even in this week, the price has moved very well, opening with an interesting bullish gap and continuing to rise effortlessly. Being the week of Christmas, I will avoid any operation, but I will continue to observe the market. The movement is in a very advanced phase. In fact, the price has moved a lot away from the fast average, and so, I recommend waiting for a possible retracement to be able to buy this exchange at a better price. An interesting target could be the daily EMA 20, or the second daily level, which is just above the weekly upper level. Trend and directionality are bullish. This exchange has made a nice movement, even if less clean than the EUR/USD. Even this week, the price attempted to exceed the weekly upper level, but it has been rejected. For this reason, the trend remains bearish, even if the directionality is bullish. The price was again pushed back from the weekly upper level. This is a sign of weakness, although obviously there are no clear signals of reversal at the moment. The price has moved away from the daily EMA 20, so I recommend waiting for a small retracement before considering any market entries. An interesting pattern could be the price bounce on the daily EMA 20, followed by a nice bullish candle. Once again, I renew the advice to avoid operating during the week of Christmas. Trend and directionality are bullish. NZD/USD did not disappoint this week again, making a small but nonetheless directional movement. The daily chart clearly shows that the movement is quite advanced, so I do not recommend trading before a short retracement that allows you to buy it at a better price. An interesting target for a possible retracement could be the second daily level. During this week, I will just observe the market without taking unnecessary risks. Trend and directionality are bearish. During the week, the price has continued to fall, moving further away from the previous low. On the daily chart, we can see how the movement is particularly tense. Therefore, I do not recommend entering immediately down even if there's a good signal, because the risk of entering just before a retracement is quite high. As with all other exchanges, USD/CHF is also in a fairly advanced stage of the movement, so I do not recommend entering the market before a small retracement occurs. A possible target could be the daily EMA 20, or the lower weekly level. Trend and directionality are bearish. During the week, the price has made a very small movement, without breaking the low of the previous candle. On the weekly chart, we can see a minimum slowdown in bearish directionality. In fact, the price has alternated between bullish and bearish candles. On the daily chart, we can see the extraordinary formation of various divergences, already reported in the previous weekly analysis. I would avoid entering as the movement is extraordinarily advanced. This exchange is like a spring. It could continue to accumulate energy compressing downwards, but sooner or later, it will make a noticeable leap upwards, and so, I recommend not to stay in the market for long to avoid being in the wrong direction when this happens. Both the trend and directionality are bearish. The price has made a quiet movement during the week, gaining some of the volatility it had lost in the last few weeks. On the daily chart, we can observe how the price has made a directional movement, without taking breaks. The movement is particularly advanced. In fact, the price is far from the daily EMA 20, which has not been touched for several weeks. When the price moves away from the fast-moving average, it means that the market is pushing well in the dominant direction, especially if this continues for several weeks. For this reason, I recommend waiting for a possible retracement that allows you to return to sell USD SEK at a better price. An interesting target could be the daily EMA 20. Thank you, and see the next week.